mural meant to celebrate diversity in Tacoma is defaced with racist graffiti.
Someone defaces something that you put a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of your heart into. So that's horrible.
How the community is fighting back.
We also want to make sure that we're being tough on crime.
Juvenile violent crime is out of control.
In less than a month, Pierce County voters will decide who they want to be their sheriff. We have the latest on the race. A Lacey business owner finds a woman beaten and left for dead in an alley.
Well, I called 911 right away and just kept talking to her, and she couldn't even see me because her eyes were so bad.
The surveillance video that led to an arrest. And just in today, Boeing is implementing job cuts in the midst of a machinist strike. What that means for the future of the aerospace giant and our local economy. King 5 News at 5 starts right now.
This is King 5 News at 5 with Joyce Taylor.
And we begin tonight with an important development in the strike between Boeing and the Machinists Union. Boeing announcing today it will lay off 10% of its entire workforce, delay the 777X program, and end production of the 767. Thanks for joining us for King 5 News at 5 o'clock. I'm Joyce Taylor. King 5's Bridget Chavez is following this story. She joins us live outside Everett's factory. So, Bridget, what is the reaction there from workers tonight?
Boeing's Q3 results are expected on October 23rd. At that point, we'll have a better understanding of the financial impact the strike has had on the company. Reporting live in Everett, Bridget Chavez, King 5 News.
Thank you, Bridget. And just within the last 45 minutes, we received a statement about the layoffs from SPEA, the Union for Aerospace Professionals at Boeing. It writes in part, quote, "This doesn't inspire confidence that there's an actual plan to save Boeing from its self-inflicted wounds." And joining us live now with what this means for Boeing, its workers, our local economy, is aviation analyst John Nance. John, good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Joyce, good to see you.
Boeing faces a backlash.
This is going to cause a huge disruption.
A plan to furlough engineers and technical workers rejected by the union.
I fully expected it, and the rest of our executive board, we fully expected it.
The strong response from members.
People shot in Seattle, but not with real bullets.
Yeah, that is wild. People shouldn't be doing that.
A string of BB gun injuries is raising concerns.
A tragic hit and run, leaving a mother grieving.
I don't function real well right now. I mean, I'm not working. I'm not living my life.
Her heartfelt plea for justice. Breaking news just into our newsroom. Another huge shakeup at Boeing. President and CEO of Boeing Defense, Space and Security, Ted Colbert, will be leaving the company effective immediately. That is according to an internal memo from CEO Kelly Ortberg. Colbert has been with Boeing for 15 years. Thanks for being with us. I'm Steve Solis.
And I'm Kristen Goodwillie. This news comes as we enter one full week of a 33,000 worker strike. And tonight, the president of Boeing's Engineers Union tells King 5 they've rejected a request to allow its members to be furloughed.
King 5's Bridget Chavez joins us live now near Boeing Field on the picket line with more details. Bridget.
The company says that because of this strike, it now has to lay off tens of thousands of its workers.
And as the days go on, the amount of money Boeing has lost during the strike is growing. Industry analysts estimate the machinist strike has cost Boeing $445 million so far. The Anderson Economic Group suggests the losses could hit $1 billion by next week.
Now at 4, the search for a suspected killer. The man who police believe attacked a Metro bus driver earlier this week.
Plus, big news in Seattle as the mayor announces his pick for the new police chief.
And the holiday rush is on. See how SeaTac Airport is handling the crowds. This is King 5 News at 4. We start with breaking news about the looming government shutdown with a live look over D.C. The House just passed a short-term spending bill. Now, this bill would provide funding to keep the government open through March 14th.
It still has to pass the Senate and be signed by President Biden before 12:01 Eastern time to avoid a shutdown. Of course, we'll keep you updated on the progress.
We are following some breaking news in Germany. At this hour, we're learning a driver slammed into a crowd at a holiday market, killing 2 people and injuring at least 60 others. Police have arrested the suspected driver. They say there is currently no ongoing threat to the public.
Starbucks workers are walking off the job in 3 major cities, including here in Seattle. And here's a live look at the Starbucks Reserve in the Capitol Hill neighborhood. This is just one of the many strikes happening today. You can hear them there picketing. The union representing more than 10,000 Starbucks baristas is citing unresolved issues over wages, staffing, and schedules. They say the walkouts will escalate daily and could reach hundreds of Starbucks stores by Christmas Eve if an agreement isn't reached. In a statement to King 5, Starbucks says the union is proposing an immediate increase in the minimum wage by 64% and 77% over 3 years, which the company says is not sustainable.
New at 4, a report says eye injuries from air guns have increased 600% since 2010. And in that same time frame, Seattle police has been documenting cases involving airsoft guns. King 5's Natalie Swaby joins us live now with details about an incident that residents say actually happened pretty recently, Natalie.
Well, that's right. You know, a post that's being shared online.
As Washington's weather is constantly changing, we are still keeping an eye on wildfires burning across our state. The Pioneer Fire in Chelan is 23% contained and has burned nearly 39,000 acres. The Easy wildfire in Skagit County, that is now 43% contained, having burned a little over 2,000 acres. According to the State Department of Natural Resources, there are 5 large fires burning right now, and to date there have been 1,330 fires in Washington just this year. So rain would help with our drought and wildfires, but we are well below normal for this time of year.
Yeah, so let's send things over to meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. And Ashley, it does look like there could be some rain this week, right?
It's one of those things where you just feel like our community has been violated.
A Ballard landmark is stolen. How this act of vandalism highlights a growing trend across the city.
And we woke up to dense fog this morning, seeing even more dense fog, especially in Puyallup, where it could be 0 visibility tonight. We'll track it together coming up.
Many families are still picking up the pieces after that powerful bomb cyclone. Tonight we'll meet a couple whose home was destroyed just weeks after their wedding, how they are staying hopeful. Plus, a Tacoma family setting the table for hundreds. See their tradition dedicated to feeding those in need. King 5 News at 11 starts right now. Happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for being with me on this holiday. We hope you're having a good night with your friends and family. I'm Jessica Janner Castro. We begin tonight with a new discovery. The Ballard Bell Tower's historic plaque is missing.
You can expect some heavy traffic this weekend as WashDOT shuts down 2 big stretches of I-405. Northbound 405 through Bothell will close for paving work tonight at 11 o'clock between Highway 522 and Highway 527. Those lanes will reopen by 5 a.m. on Monday. Then in Renton, southbound 405 will close at midnight between Sunset Boulevard Northeast and Highway 167. This closure will last until 4 a.m. on Monday. It's part of the 405 widening project between Renton and Bellevue.
Taking a live look across western Washington, another absolutely gorgeous day.
Time for headlines from around the Sound, from Pierce to King County. We start in Pierce County, where the Washington State Patrol will hold an Emphasis Patrol. It's in honor of fallen trooper Christopher Gadd. The 27-year-old died on duty in Marysville earlier this year when his parked cruiser was hit by a driver on I-5. The emphasis will focus on areas of concern like speeding, distracted driving, and seatbelt compliance. It starts on September 27th at 4 p.m.
Next, Northwest Trek Wildlife Park has 2 new raccoon kits. The 5-month-old siblings, Hickory and Bluebell, were rescued after being orphaned. You can catch them in their new home in the forest and wetlands area.
Finally, in King County, LifeBridge Church is hosting a free community dental clinic. The first one was earlier today. There will be another one tomorrow. It will be from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. No proof of insurance or ID is required. Walk-ins are held on a first-come, first-served basis.
She was right. Santa came into town today at the Seattle Aquarium for a kickoff of his annual dive. He will swim down every Saturday and Sunday until December 22nd.